In just 36 months, I scaled my SaaS retention.com from 0 to 13 million ARR with just 6 employees. No massive sales team, no expensive ABM software, no BDRs making $70,000 a year. Just a lean, manual list building machine run by 5 people in the Philippines that cost me less than $3,000 a month. While everyone else was pulling contacts from Apollo and ZoomInfo, getting terrible response rates, we were manually building targeted lists that generated meetings at 10 times the conversion rate. Now, in this video, I'm breaking down the exact system we used, from the list building process to the email sequences to the LinkedIn messages to the ads we ran. And since this happened in 2020 and 2021, I'll also explain what I would do differently today. So let's get into it. Here's why manual list building beats every database platform. My co-founder Diana thought most companies were doing this wrong. They'd go out and buy products like Apollo, ZoomInfo, and other database platforms. Then they'd pull a generic list and blast out automated emails. But everyone else is using those same databases with those same emails. The problem is with the database platforms. Those email addresses get absolutely smashed. Open rates are terrible. Reply rates are even worse because you're competing with every other company targeting those same prospects using those same platforms. Our approach was totally different. We built a 5-person team in the Philippines that manually researched every single contact. We weren't pulling from the same databases as everyone else. We were finding fresh contacts that weren't getting hammered by cold emails every day. And here's how we did it. So step 1 was identifying the target companies we were going after. We used Built With to find companies using complementary and competitor softwares to us. For us, that was Shopify stores who were also using Klaviyo for email marketing or Attentive for SMS. We'd filter for companies with specific technology stacks and then verify their website traffic using SimilarWeb. Our sweet spot was Shopify Plus customers with over 10,000 monthly unique visitors. Step 2 was finding the right people. Most businesses target one person and hope for the best. We identified 3 to 5 potentially relevant people at each company. We'd go to LinkedIn Sales Navigator and look for the CEO, always included them, the VP Marketing, the head of e-commerce, the email marketing manager, and the director of growth. We'd copy all of them on the same email to increase our chances of an open. Step 3 was manually finding email addresses. We didn't use Apollo's email addresses. We went and found people on LinkedIn first, and then we'd use scrap.io or Hunter.io to find the actual email addresses of these people. If Scrap didn't have it, then we'd check Hunter. If neither had it, we'd just move on. This 2-tool verification led to significantly better deliverability than using Apollo.io alone. Now, here's a pro tip. If you want to take this to the next level today, you can install RB2B on your website to identify visitors before you even start prospecting them. When someone comes from your ICP to your website, RB2B sends their LinkedIn profile straight to Slack. Then you can add them to your outreach list immediately. These people will convert at way higher rates because they're already showing intent. So try RB2B completely free today by clicking the first link in the description. Step 4 was manual email sending. Every single email in 2020 and 2021 was sent manually. We didn't believe in automation tools either. People in the Philippines sent emails one by one from individual Gmail accounts. We sent from multiple sender addresses like Diana Ross, our head of sales, or Alice Phillips, our sales assistant, and each person had several variations like D Ross at, Diana Ross at, A Phillips at, Alice Phillips at, Alice P. at. Our emails looked completely human because they were completely human. Now let me show you one of our best performing email sequences that we sent over that time period. Email 1 was the direct value proposition. We'd include their first name and Get Emails, the name of our company. Hi, first name. Get Emails can identify up to 35% of your anonymous visitors on your website and give you email addresses of the visitors that you don't already have. Brands like Vital Protein see a 9.25x plus ROI from using our product. You can read more here, case study link. Feel free to grab time in my calendar if you have 10 minutes for a short intro with a calendar link. Look forward to connecting with you. What's happening? Immediately stating value, backing up with customer results, and making it easy to book. Email 2 is a gentle reminder. Hi, first name. I wanted to quickly bubble this up and see if it made sense for us to find a time to connect for a short intro. I would be excited at the opportunity to share more about how we can help you and your team capture more first-party data. Let me know if you have a few minutes to connect, or feel free to grab a time in my calendar calendar link. Thanks. And email 3 is the problem agitator. Hi, first name. I hope you don't mind. I wanted to quickly follow up here. Shoppers show intent to purchase on your website and leave without identifying themselves. With recent Apple updates, the reality is that you may never get them back. Get Emails can help you by identifying 35% of these anonymous visitors, and we can get their email addresses so that you can follow up. And the best part is it's 100% CAN spam and CCPA compliant. You can read more about how Vital Protein sees a 9.5 ROI with Get Emails here, case study link, and feel free to grab time in my calendar if you have 15 minutes to learn more. Calendar link. Thanks. And email 4 is the final summary. Hi, first name. I've sent a few emails and I hope you don't mind. I wanted to quickly follow up one more time to summarize Get Emails and how we're helping Shopify Plus customers like blank. We can help you grow your email list with email addresses of people who are showing intent to buy products on your website, but leave without identifying themselves or taking any action. We verify that all email addresses are engaged and deliverable and yielding open rates that match your in-house list. Brands like Vital Proteins are seeing a 9x ROI from Get Emails, and here's the case study. Let me know when you might have 15 minutes to discuss a trial, or feel free to grab time in my calendar link. Thanks. Now, here's the team structure that we use. We structured the operation with just 5 people in the Philippines. There was Jim, who was the team leader, who was $1,000 a month. He managed the daily workflow and ensured quality control. Then there were 4 team members under Jim who were $500 a month each. We hired Jim's wife, his friends, and his friends' cousins. They split their day between lead generation and prospecting. The evening shift, which was 8 p.m. to 12 a.m. Eastern, they did lead generation. The morning shift, which was 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern, they did prospecting. The total monthly cost was $3,000 a month. Compare that to hiring BDRs in the time at the US, it was $50,000 to $70,000 per year plus benefits. We were spending $36,000 a year for what would have cost us $300,000 had we done it in the US. Here was the management philosophy. We loaded them up with activity, not problems to solve. We didn't give them tasks where they needed to make complex decisions. The process was completely repeatable. It was find companies and built with, identify 3 to 5 people on LinkedIn, find emails with Scrap and Hunter, send the first email, follow up 3 to 5 days later, and then send a third email a week after that. They could work from home, set their own hours within the shift windows, and the work was straightforward enough that they could maintain quality at scale. We also reached out to the list on LinkedIn. We see very high acceptance rates on connection requests with no messages, and then once someone accepts, they start seeing your content in your feed, and the magic of this is that they're getting emails and LinkedIn messages at the same time. The sequence that worked best for us there was connect, value, and follow up. Step 1 is a connection request with one sentence about something relevant. It had no pitch, it had no links, it was just something that showed that we were paying attention. An example was, hey, saw you're using Klaviyo for email capture. You want to collect 10 times more emails from your site visitors? And the goal here was just to get the connection, not to book a meeting. Step 2 was the value message after the acceptance. So we sent something simple and useful that they actually could act on today. An example was, thanks for connecting. If you want to get email addresses of your anonymous website visitors who don't fill out a form, let me know. And then step 3 was the follow-up drip using the rule of 3. We sent 3 messages and then stopped. Each one had a specific job. Message 1 was the quick reminder. Quick follow-up on identifying your website visitors. Let me know if you're interested. Then message 2 is the concrete offer. If you want details on how this works or what to send, I'll send you the template and the copy I used to engage. And then message 3 was the final ask or close. This is the last note for me. Do you want 10 times more email addresses from your website visitors? Let me know. Here's why this works. It doesn't have any attachments. It doesn't have any walls of text. There's no fake urgency. That's what works best on LinkedIn, and it works whether you're doing it manually or at scale. The last part of this ABM strategy was running ads. So we were hitting people on email and LinkedIn and showing ads to them. How did we do that? We took our list of people and we uploaded it to Facebook and Google. And then combined with email and LinkedIn, it created the impression that we were absolutely everywhere. We also ran ads to lookalike audiences of that core list we built, and we ran retargeting ads to all of our site visitors. So once somebody hit the website, we followed them literally everywhere. We also emailed them using the email address we got from the core Get Emails product. For producing ad creatives that convert, I love using Russell Brunson's who, what, why, how script. Let me give you an example of how it works. Who are you? Hi, I'm Adam Robinson, founder of Get Emails. What do you have? We identify 35% of your anonymous web visitors and give you email addresses of people that don't fill out forms. Why do they need it? You're spending money on ads, content, and partnerships to drive traffic to your site, but 97% of your visitors leave without filling out a form. There's no way to follow up with them without get emails. How do they get it? Click the link below and start identifying your website visitors today. The content that works best is authentic. I literally just take selfie videos with my phone. No fancy production, no actors, no expensive agencies. Just me talking directly into the camera about a real problem and how we solve it. So this won't work for absolutely everyone. Before you go copy the system, I need to be brutally honest with you. This strategy worked for us in 2020 and 2021 for a few specific reasons. Number one, we had very strong product market fit. If you don't have word of mouth, which is the equivalent of product market fit, this will not save you. But if you do have product market fit, high volume outbound can speed you up significantly. Our target audience was also responsive to cold emails. Shopify Plus customers were actually reading and responding to cold outreach in 2021 and 2022. You could get in front of them very easily. That's all changed now. We're seeing much lower response rates across the board, so this strategy would be much harder. And the third reason was we had experienced senior employees wearing multiple hats. Our head of sales wasn't just managing the Philippines teams, she was also closing deals, refining messages, and optimizing the entire process. So the world has changed significantly in the 5 years since we scaled Get Emails. Here's what I'd do differently if I were starting the same operation today. Number one, I'd still do manual list building to find the emails. The database platforms are even more saturated now than they were in 2020. Manual list building is still the way to get fresh, deliverable contacts. I would not send from my primary domain. We got lucky in that we never had major deliverability issues, even though we were emailing from getemails.com. Today, I'd set up multiple sending domains to protect the main brand domain. I'd also use Instantly or Smart Lead sequencers instead of manually sending. Technology has improved significantly, and you can now automate sending while still maintaining that personalized human feel. And the edge you're going to get from using humans to send is just not there today. And last but not least, I'd create organic LinkedIn content. Building a personal brand on LinkedIn would multiply the effectiveness of every other channel. When prospects see your content, get your ad, receive your email, and get a DM from you, that's when the magic happens. Now, if you want to take this ABM strategy to the next level, I'd recommend installing RB2B on your website. When someone visits your website, RB2B identifies them and sends their LinkedIn profile straight to their Slack. This is an absolute must for ABM today because these are the warmest leads you'll ever get. They're actively researching solutions and they just visited your site. Conversion rates are a lot higher than cold outreach because you're catching them at the perfect moment. So click on the first link below and start using RB2B completely free to start identifying your highest intent prospects today. And if you want to see the exact cold email strategy that's making $160,000 a month for my SaaS, then watch this video next.